It's time for our DIY segment, and today we're going to be teaching you something very interesting. A lot of us have mobile phones and other kinds of gadgets that we like to take phones, selfies, take pictures with our phones, selfies, and so on. But sometimes we're not very satisfied with the quality of the work that it produces. So we have in studio our very own Philip Ashon, who is a guru in photography, please, it is, but also using the phone to take great pictures. He's going to teach us and take us through it. All right, so Philip, you're welcome.
Firstly,
yes,
there's no guru business.
Please, I know you.
Guru business.
I know you better than they do. So
let's be as conservative as possible. So yeah, it's great to be here to talk about this because there have been a number of times when people have spent so much money buying some pretty incredible phones.
Yes,
and you see the pictures that they take and it's a little disappointing.
Yeah.
You really wish they could do so much more with it. And I'm sure even for them, they wish they could, because like they see some of these pictures and they look so
blown
awesome.
Away by it.
And like, oh my God, why can't I do this? Well, there are some very, very simple steps that you can actually take to make it work. Okay. And I just wanted us to just quickly run through some of these very simple things. So at least people just get a sense of like when I'm out there, I'm at a wedding, I'm at a friend's child's party, or I'm chilling out with my friends. These are just some of the things that I should be looking out for when I am going to take a picture with my phone. Today, I will be demonstrating with my iPhone. Okay. This is the iPhone XS. These principles apply basically to literally any phone that you have, so far as it has a good camera.
Okay.
I'm not going to say go and get like a 64 megapixel camera lens or whatever. No. These are principles that will apply to literally any mobile device that you have out there. One of the first things that you need to notice is that it's a mobile phone.
Okay.
So there are some limitations that you will encounter no matter what, but we're trying to optimize it as much as possible. Now, because it's a mobile phone and we constantly make calls, your hands are constantly brushing on the lens, it happens. It's not your fault. So, first rule, please grab some handkerchief, something, and just clean it. Just clean it. It's really that simple. Just clean it. Just clean the lens, okay? Just try and clean the lens. Make sure it's as clean as possible. Sometimes we really wish we could actually have like a protector for just the camera alone, the camera section, but we can't. So at any point in time, just try as much as possible to clean it whenever you can.
Okay, quick question. Does it matter what kind of cloth you use to clean it?
Well, in some senses, it does. Okay. I mean, something that is non-abrasive, that won't cause scratches on. So that's why typically I'll go with, your handkerchief or something. Always keep something.
The soft cloth that's
soft
used
cloth
for
that your glasses or something. Just try as much as possible to not pick something that is abrasive. That will cause scratches on your lens or on your camera. Otherwise, then there was no point in cleaning it in the first place. So let's say you are done cleaning it. All right, so we are ready to take a photo. Typically, most people will just go ahead, put on the camera, point it at someone, and just press click. One of the things that I really want people to understand also is there's a little rule that most people use, which is a rule of thirds. It might be a little confusing, but eventually it actually really helps. Now, for those of you who have iOS devices, simply go into settings, scroll all the way down to camera. So let's find camera on the phone. And then there's this little option called grid up here. It's, I think, the second option if you have updated your camera device. So it's grid. So just turn on the grid. And then just go back into the camera. And you realize that the grid is on the... So these are the lines that are running. Two are running from like across and two are running that way, vertically and horizontally. Now, there's a point, or there are some 4 points.
Angle is slightly.
So there are some 4 points that the lines will typically intersect. There's one there, there's one here, there's one there, and then there's one there. These points are very, very important, especially when you want to take some pretty good pictures. Now, the thing is, or the rule is that you will typically have your subject resting within those points. So for example, we want to take a picture of Kweku David. So the camera is going to move. We want to take a picture of Kweku David. Typically, someone will just point the camera at Kweku and just press click. Typically, just press click. Now the rule is you align Kweku with one of the lines. So let's say we see two of the intersecting lines there, and we place Kweku there, and then we take the picture. Or we bring Kweku into the other intersecting line, and then we take the picture. So what you have is perspective. What you have is you are placing Kweku within a certain context. Kweku is not speaking out of context. He is within a place. Something is happening around him. Let's say there were some children behind him, or let's say there were some other people behind him. It's important that we put him within that context. And so this is very simple. Just turn on the grid and just look out for the intersecting point and place your subject in those points. So for me, that's my second point. The second thing is, the third thing that I need you guys to notice is, or to look out for is, pictures are all about perspective.
Yeah.
That's what's a picture. It's supposed to tell a story. The story obviously is within context. So look out for different perspectives to the picture. So for example, Kweku is standing here. I want to take a picture of Kweku. Typically, we'll point the camera at him and take a quick photo. But what if we take the picture from here? What would it look like? What if we take the picture from there? What would it look like? What other things we'll see? So let's see Kweku as we take a picture of Kweku from here, still remembering placing him within intersecting lines, and then we see Kweku looking into the distance as though he's seen some plane flying towards him, and then we take that picture from there. Let's see Kweku as we take a picture probably from somewhere else. So look at your subject from different points.
Yeah.
And try and look for different ways of taking a picture. So for example, you would typically find some cameramen going all the way down to take a picture. It's just because they want a different perspective to it. So for example, if I was taking a picture of this little cute swan here, I want to take a picture of the swan. Okay, so I have to place this in perspective. So what I want to take with Kweku in the background, blurred, looking in the distance, what I want to take this swan with, the cameras in the studio as a backdrop or something, that is what you need to be thinking about. It's a bit of work. People say, just point it there and just shoot it. But if you want to take really, really good photos, that someone will see and go like, wow, that is really nice.
Yeah.
These are some of the things you should be thinking about.
No, but I think it's also important you mention that it's a bit of work.
Yes.
Because that then is why you hire someone professionally as opposed to doing it yourself. And then that whole process of thinking that, are you not just clicking the camera, but there's a lot of thought that goes into creating beautiful images.
Exactly.
Right.
One of the other things that people also often forget is when taking a picture, you need to hold the phone appropriately. Your one hand might not necessarily be the very best. So you take a picture and it's all blurred, you really can't see anything. What I would really suggest is, as much as possible, try to hold the phone with both hands. You can take the picture with your thumb, which makes it easier, or whichever other hands or fingers that you can get to do it with. So try as much as possible to stabilize the phone so you can get a very sharp photo. Okay, so try as much as possible to do that. One of the other things also is learn about the device, learn about the camera features that you have. So for example, in the iPhone, the XS that I'm using for this demonstration, we have a portrait mode, which does a very good job of, sort of blurring the background and things like that. Okay. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of all these interesting, gimmicky things that are being introduced in the devices, and you really never know what sort of pictures you're going to get. They will look very, very, very stunning if you use them appropriately. Yeah. So once again, just make sure you stabilize the device. Be very, very stable. One thing I always tell people is you can tuck in your arms here and then hold the device like this. What it allows you to do is it gives you a certain level of stability when you're taking the picture. Yes, you might look a little awkward, but at least your pictures will be grateful for it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So try as much as possible to either, get very stable in terms of holding it out or tucking your arms in just to get that photo and just shoot away. All right. Now, one of the other things that I often tell people is fill the frame. So you have a phone like this and you want to take a picture of Kweku. So I'm just going to show, so if the camera can just show it there. So we have Kweku, and let's say Kweku is looking down. He's looking down at something. I want to take a picture of him. So this here is our frame. I'm currently shooting in the portrait mode. If I switch to photo mode, this is what I'm going to get. So let's say we are shooting in portrait mode. So as you can see, the background is a little blurred. So, you know, Kwaku is popping out or he's looking more prominent. So what we are saying is that fill the frame. This is the frame. Fill the frame with the subject of the photo. So that at least once anybody picks up the photo or sees the photo, they know that this is the subject, this is the person you're trying to illustrate in the photo. So we fill the frame with Kwaku. So we focus in there, if the camera can focus there, and then we fill the frame with him. So we're just aligning Kwaku once again with the lines there. Or you can just simply center Kwaku if you want to express, you know, probably Kwaku has a very beautiful smile. So we're going to ask Kwaku to smile and show his teeth so we can have him centered. There you go. So we have him. And look, when you're done and you're reviewing your photos, just based on just simple adjustments, fill in the frame, using some of the features of the phone, using portrait mode or something, blur in the background, you can get some pretty amazing pictures.
Yeah.
One of the things that I also need people to understand is something they call the rule of odds.
Okay.
So we have how many? 5 or 6 spoons.
Yeah.
Typically, yes, 1 spoon. Take a picture of the spoon. So we're going to try something. So let's say we have this spoon. This is the spoon we're going to take a picture of. All right. So typically, we are going to take a picture of the 1 spoon. So we have the 1 spoon there. And we're going to try to take a picture of the 1 spoon. So we try and place the spoon within the space there. Now, that is the spoon. Picture taken. All right. Rule of odds. Make the numbers odds. Like, make it an odd number. Don't make it like a simple, straightforward. 3
or 5,
7, 5.
Okay.
So let's say we place 3 of them there. Now let's take that picture there. And let's see what difference it makes, yeah? So let's say we take that picture there. Or we just change it up and we take that picture there. So let's review the pictures, why don't we? So these are the pictures that we took. So this is the single picture, as you can see there. But look at the difference that the 3 gives you. It just makes it look different.
Yeah.
It's more interesting than just one little spoon
Yeah.
lying around somewhere. So you have a group of people over.
Yeah.
There are 3 people. Guys, can you, and you arrange them. You have
Arrange them
3
in a
people.
way, yeah.
It just gives you a different sort of look and a different sort of feel. So just bear that in mind when you're taking. It's very simple. You might not notice it, but then it just gives you something different.
The thinking that goes through it is actually the work that. Well, thank you very much, Philip, for joining us on this segment. It's been an exciting time for me because I love the whole conversation about photography and pictures and all that.
Hi guys, I hope you enjoyed this video.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Citi Tube.
For exclusive breakfast daily content and other Citi TV programs.
Like, comment, and share with your friends.